Cheesehead TV brings you two guys who like to think they know something about football.
I don't hear
Live. I'm joined, as always, by Mr. Corey Behnke, my partner here at Cheesehead TV. I'm coming to you live from Cheesehead TV, New York. Corey joins us across the street from Lambeau Field. We are ready to talk some Packers. What do we have on tap today, Corey?
Today, we bask in the glow of the beatdown of the Lions and quickly turn our attention to the showdown with the Commanders tomorrow night. But right now, it's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly. We got the good. We got
Micah Parsons.
We got the bad. We got
Injuries. So many injuries.
We got the ugly. We got
the emphasis on sportsmanship from the NFL. It's ridiculous, Corey. It's ridiculous. How are you, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Man, the season. This crazy like 5-day stretch, and then we're 2 games in, and you're like, wow, there's only 6 more home games after tomorrow night. And you're like, wait, what? What's going on?
What?
This is crazy. It's like the season's here. Oh, the season's almost gone.
Man, I don't want to think about that. I want to think about the Packers dominating on Sunday. Let's go. What a game, Corey. What a game. It's weird when we do watch party, obviously we're experiencing together and we're at Lambeau or the fireworks are going and we're so happy. And then, I started doing my Cheesehead TV wrap-up stuff and you go and do your thing downstairs and have a great time. And then we have a kind of a drink at the end of the night and it's like a blur. It's like a dream, right?
Yep.
And then the next day you go back and watch the game again and it's like, holy, that all really happened. That wasn't a dream. That wasn't like something I manifested. I mean, other than the fact that we did kind of talk about that very thing occurring that we saw on Sunday after the Micah Parsons trade. But it actually happened, Corey. That happened.
I mean, what's crazy is we had the last Packer Transplants, we didn't even know Micah Parsons was traded, right?
No, that was 2 ago. No, we did the last one. Last one we did.
Okay.
I know it's a
Sorry.
blur, right? This is what I'm saying. It's a blur.
It really is a blur. Here's the thing. I wasn't ready for the season as it was, even though we had a great training camp. And then I'm still not ready for the season, apparently. Thank God the Packers are ready for the season, though, because holy
they really were,
shnikes.
right?
You know what's really hilarious is the Packers are doing well when all you see is people you've never seen before in your whole entire life talking about the Packers. Like, okay, people out there that are talking about the Packers, and I'm not just talking about national pundit media people, but like just randos. Just random dude who has a podcast talking about Micah Parsons. Oh, Ninja? Oh, hi, Ninja. I'm talking to you.
Oh, no.
Hey, maybe watch football before you fucking start talking about how Micah Parsons only had one thing happen. He had 1 sack. Bro, he literally caused the interception. Oh, and he beat his guy pretty much every time. So, like, at least people know who Ninja are, but there's all these randos on the internet that are like talking about the Green Bay Packers if they know what they're talking about. It's like I barely know what I'm talking about, and I've been doing this for 18 years now.
18
for
years.
Fuck's sake.
18 years. Man, you love to see it. You love to see the Lions fans licking their wounds coming out of Lambeau Field. But, man, yeah, it was a beautiful time. Beautiful time. Yeah, that's a good idea, Corey. Let's give a shout out to our friends over at Nicolay Law. This episode of Packer Transplants is sponsored by Nicolay Law, personal injury lawyers for the Midwest. They're not some out-of-state firm that doesn't get how things work around there. Nicolay Law is local. They live and work in the same communities they serve, and they understand what matters to the people. When you've been injured and feel like life is overwhelming, you want someone who shows up, listens, and knows how to get results. That's what Nicolay Law does. They take on the stress and deal with the insurance companies so you don't have to. Injured? Get Nicolay. Call 1-855-NICOLAY or visit nicolaylaw.com and work with the team the Midwest trusts. That's it, people. You know you want to.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
You're holding the beer.
Well, I'm holding the water. This is actually Nicolay water, the official water of the Midwest.
Which actually I had when I was there for camp, and it was excellent. Yeah. Talk about
I wanted to have
quenching your thirst.
But then I realized that I should be a professional. But I'm just going to hold this here
Since
for the
when?
rest of the show.
When is that?
But I'm not a hostage, I swear. No one told me to do this.
Outstanding. While you're doing that, and that because that is pretty hot, let's get to the hotness. The hotness. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there are obviously so many plays to choose from in that game, but you gotta, there's only one that could be the hotness, and I think you all know what it's going to be. Let's take a look here at Micah Parsons. You love it.
It's funny.
I've probably watched that 100 times. I just love it.
I've watched Grassi's call of that because and every time I watch it, which he did a really good job of that, and then I'm reminded of how terrible a job I did calling that because I made it up. Oh, I just kicked
Corey,
my
what's
camera.
so funny is when you said, I'll never forget, live, I was so excited because I saw Parsons, and then you said, Quay Walker, and I was like, oh, is Quay doing something too? Like, I got really excited about, like, going back and watching Quay on this play. I was like, wait, what happened?
You know what? The best thing I ever called was when you were in Brazil, and I called. That was my best call, I think.
Dude, you were outstanding
was
that
the kicker. Night. Oh, do we have another kicker? No, fuck. And then that's like I got more shares on that than anything else. And I think my worst call ever as a YouTuber is that Micah Parsons sack for sure.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. You saw
but,
you saw what? 7. I get it.
We'll give it to Tom. He ate that one.
He was phenomenal. Phenomenal call, Tom. Phenomenal call. All right. Let's get to, let's eat our vegetables. Let's get to some Packers news, starting as it must always start with the injuries. Aaron Banks, Zach Tom. We can take a look at the injury report brought to you by ThedaCare. Corey, we usually don't have the final injury report when we do transplants, but today we do because of the game being tomorrow night. We know we got Brenton Cox Jr. and Bo Melton already declared out. Everybody else that you want to worry about, whether it's Nate Hobbs, Banks, Tom, etc., everybody's questionable. Obviously, Parsons was questionable last week, and he played probably a bit more than I think most people were expecting. I suspect he'll play. I think Banks and Tom probably won't play. I think Hobbs is a real question mark. Listed as limited all week. Those are approximations because they were walkthroughs, but man, I really hope Hobbs can go tomorrow night. That would be great to see him kind of make his debut on the national stage, But we'll see.
Definitely.
We'll see. That's the injury report heading into Thursday night's game. Speaking of Thursday night's game, Corey, I love this. I'm sure you do as well. Sterling Sharpe will be honored at Lambeau tomorrow night. Okay. Sterling will be in the house. I mean, that you talk about a long, fractious relationship. Love that Sterling will be there. His name will be revealed on the facade along with all the other greats. Absolutely love it. Long overdue. Obviously, they were waiting for him to be into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, which now he is a member. He'll get his Hall of Fame ring tomorrow night. Very, very exciting. Cannot wait. I know you're a big Sterling fan.
I love Sterling Sharpe. I think he was an incredible player. I mean, what's not to love? He's one of the best players on some of the shittiest teams in the history
for true and real.
For the first part of his career, and then he took us in. He brought us into the Brett Favre era, and he'd gone too soon.
Yeah,
and,
seriously.
I think the story to me of Sterling Sharpe is really one of, the Hall of Fame is more about who you know than what you did. Like there's a bunch of people who
certainly
there's a certain sect of people. It's kind of like football, right? It's like it's like the Micah Parsons thing where it's like, hey, there's like 8 consensus guys that are difference makers that aren't quarterbacks, right? It's kind of similar with the draft, right? There's 8 guys or 7 guys that no matter what, if you pick those guys, they're football players, right?
Yep.
And so kind of the same with the NFL Hall of Fame. It's like there's the guys where it's like the Brett Favres, the Aaron Rodgers,
no doubters,
Reggie Whites, no doubt they're getting in, and then there's those guys that are on that bubble, and it sometimes comes down to like how popular the team is, or if they have a brother that plays in the NFL that has a popular podcast and can keep going to the well. And I'm not. There's a small percentage that we were a part of it, kind of the small percentage at the same time that I like to think.
Been banging the drum for a long time, no doubt.
I like to think that I single-handedly got rid of. What was our least favorite when we first started? The that I love now. Here's what's funny: that marketing slogan. What was the one that we hated? It was like three. This podcast single-handedly brought down. What's that? I can't think of it right now.
What, the Tundra line?
No, Tundra line. No, Tundra line's still there, unfortunately. No, what was the saying we hated that is on now? I kind of love it. Welcome to
the G-Force
game time at Lambeau. Yeah, G-Force.
G-Force.
Remember?
Yeah.
I got to pull some rants. I had G-Force rants for days, bro. My two biggest things were apparel. Back in 2007, my two biggest things were G-Force, getting rid of G-Force, and getting rid of any apparel sold by the Green Bay Packers that said founded in 1923, which this exists. No, founded in 1921. Sorry,
because I owned a hat with 1921 on it. Yep.
Yeah, that shit drove me crazy, and you're never gonna see that now. You'll never you not see. And it's kind of crazy again, like. I think a lot of times, who's the squeakiest wheel sometimes? There's a percentage of people that get in because of squeaky wheel.
Very true.
Now, Sterling deserved it, but
yes.
Would he have gotten in if his brother wasn't Shannon Sharpe? I don't know.
It's a good point. You're not wrong. And especially considering how, a little brisk he could be with the media, both then and now. I mean, yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. I think that's hard. Players don't realize. It's like the media. There's nothing they can do for you except for, by the way, they vote for all the stuff. Except, you know what I mean? Except
right,
for
exactly.
Pro Bowl. So yeah, there's that. But and also like it just it shows you how petty the media is too.
It can be, no doubt about it.
Oh yeah.
Other news: the Packers have signed Christian Watson to a 1-year extension. I absolutely love this. Keep him in the fold for another year. So a little over $13 million for the season. I haven't seen a breakdown of what that looks like, guarantees, etc. But he will definitely be in the house in 2026. Which, man, I'm so excited to see this cat paired up with Matthew Golden. I mean, you talk about a problem for defenses. Like the speed alone, there's no way you can key on either one of them and not risk the other one killing you. I'm so excited that Christian gets that stability. Hopefully he gets out there in a month or so and starts killing it again because, man, he is such a consummate pro. I don't care what anyone says about the fact that, yes, he has had some real hard luck injury-wise, but when he is on the field, he plays his ass off, and he never, ever complains about a lack of targets, not getting involved enough. All he does is go erase guys on the perimeter, takes cornerbacks and pounds them into the dirt or throws them out of bounds in the blocking game. Like, I love Christian Watson as a football player. I'm really happy he's going to be around for at least one more year. Love it.
I like it. I'd love to see him on the field.
And speaking of Watson, this is kind of, I don't know if this is the same timing or if this is coincidence, but teams are calling about Romeo Doubs. Saw that report out there earlier today. I don't think the Packers should touch it. I don't think, unless they're ridiculously off the res, completely crazy as far as what they're offering, i.e. a second round or a first round pick, then maybe you think about it. But he's going to get you a really good comp pick.
But I would not even a first round pick. I would say you have to be a shitty team too, so we can get a good first round.
It's going to be a good pick, right?
Like it needs to be like the Bengals or somebody, or the Browns or somebody crappy.
Yeah, I mean, I just think this is a team that he's more valuable. Romeo Doubs is way more valuable on the Packers roster this year than he would be anywhere else, and I don't think there's
100%.
any reason to move on from him until
there's got to be
the end of his contract.
Money.
Yeah. Finally, Corey, I know you're very excited. The Packers are wearing their winter warning uniforms tomorrow night. So if you're in attendance, make sure you're wearing white. Unless you are Kyle Cousineau and, as he said on Twitter, I wore green for the opener and it was awesome and we won. I'm sticking with it.
There you go.
But, I'm here to help the Packers. I'm here. I got
that's nice.
Got my winter warning cap. I'm good to go.
Wow, that looks really good. It looks amazing.
It's winter warning, Corey. Be warned. Winter's coming. I mean, it's only 75 degrees out. But...
Okay, I don't understand. It's going to be 80 degrees this weekend.
Yep.
It's like 75 tomorrow. What are we doing here?
We're warning you that winter is coming.
No, we know
eventually.
This. We live in Green Bay.
Sometime.
No one who lives in Northeast Wisconsin has to be warned about winter, by the way.
That's a fine point. That's a fine point. You know what we're really doing here,
shouldn't we wear winter? Shouldn't we wear white out in the winter? Like, no, what am I missing here?
Corey, what we're doing, you know this. What we're doing is making money. We're printing some Benjamins. We're making the almighty dollar because we've got an alternate uniform that we need to,
I get it,
sell
but why
merchandise
can't we
for from
wear?
the
Why can't we
pro
sell
shop.
the shit out of it and then wear it in December or November?
I'm with you, man.
You know what I mean?
I'm with you. I totally get it. I don't understand it myself as far as the timing, but it ain't my call. It's the marketing geniuses at 1265 Lombardi who have bestowed this upon us, and they are truly geniuses, as you can see by the fact that they're doing a winter warning game in early September.
In the end of summer. We're in the beginning of fall, end of summer.
Genius!
Like, what's funny is, I think in Wisconsin, I don't know what the record is. I follow Sam, she's a weather person from Milwaukee on Twitter, and she was saying that there's less 80-degree days so far in September. Like, we're under 80-degree days. So,
well, that was a cold spell when I was in Wisconsin. I was not ready for that. Man, I definitely didn't check the
back
weather.
Now we're in 70s, and I think Friday's going to be 80. So I love it. It's great.
I hate it. Keep it cold. Keep it cool. Let's talk about the offense. Let's talk about pass protection. Let's talk about the master class that the backs especially put on in this game. And look, it's not just the backs. Obviously, the offensive line played well. The plan to eliminate essentially Aiden Hutchinson was outstanding. The work from the tight ends and the backs. The whole group working in concert, the pre-snap stuff from Jordan Love to set things, absolute masterclass. And I'll say this, Brooks gets a lot of kind of recognition for his pass protection and his blocking, what have you, as he should because he's excellent at it. But, man, that was the best game in pass pro that I've ever seen from Josh Jacobs. Like, his pass pro in the past has been hit and miss. And, man, he was lights out on Sunday against the Lions. There were a couple of plays where he really just eliminated a couple of blitzers. Man, if that's the new standard for Jacobs, watch out because that means he'll probably be on the field a hell of a lot more in 2-minute situations. Yeah. And that just opens up a whole bunch in your playbook. I love it.
Yeah, I watched who was it that had we reposted some that had it Baldy. Did he have
Baldy? Yeah, I did a breakdown.
Yeah,
on
Baldy
it.
had
Definitely.
him. That was really good. I watched those, and yeah, it was incredible. Just it's funny too because I don't want Jordan to feel like he hasn't much time. But then you think about it, like the Lions, have supposedly the Lions are supposed to have one of the best pass rushes in the NFL. Well, they did last year, right? So that's kind of.
When Hutchinson was on the field, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy that but yeah, I just don't like it when the Packers think they have all day to throw because bad things happen. Whether you're Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre,
sure,
or
just get rid of the ball. Get rid of the ball. Just feed it up. Speaking of getting rid of the ball, keep spreading the ball around. Corey, that was a little blast from the past on Sunday. In fact, I think it was after the first drive, or maybe it was into the second quarter. I tallied up how many different receivers Love had hit, and this was like in the first half. He had hit 10 different guys. I mean, that's old school, man. I remember you and I down in Carolina when Favre was distributing the ball all over the place, and like we would geek out. He's hit 8 different dudes. He's hit 9 different dudes. He's hit 10 different dudes. I love that because that's got to be hell if you're a defensive coordinator. Where the hell? Who am I rolling to? Who am I trying to take away? Well, whoever it is, I got somebody else for you. Like, I love that approach. Love it.
Yeah.
And I know you do too.
Yeah. Oh, I really believe that had we taken more of that approach in 3 of Aaron Rodgers' years, we would have won Super Bowls. So,
word, absolutely word.
We had a cerebral quarterback who was really smart. Anyway, sorry. What was I saying?
The offensive line depth is going to be tested tomorrow night there, Mr. Behnke. I mean, look, what's crazy to me is that you steal Kennard off the Eagles roster for a 6th-round pick 2 years from now. And what happens almost immediately? He's utilized at right tackle because Zach Tom goes down, and he played well. Didn't look like he was overwhelmed. Didn't look like he had any issues with the plays. Clearly had the playbook down. And what's nuts is this is going to be now, most likely, I mean, like I said, we don't have an official word on Zach Tom, but if Zach Tom can't go tomorrow night, this will be 2 years in a row where they trade for someone at the deadline at roster cutdown who starts for them in week 2. Last year it was Malik Willis. This year it's going to be Kennard at right tackle. Like that's, you talk about the work that they have done in the pro personnel group. Richmond Williams, shout out. Guys never get as much credit as they should. Just great stuff from the pro personnel group. Now we'll see. Kennard may go fall on his face.
The fact that Micah Parsons was playing in 4 days is like crazy. Right? Same thing.
What? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But speaking of Parsons, let's talk about that defensive side of the ball and Parsons and the fact that we've talked a lot here and in other places about the fact that this is a vision-based defense, right? Eyes on the quarterback, eyes on the ball. Man, you add Parsons to the mix, it does feel like a cheat code. How many times do we see in that game? And obviously, Evan Williams with the interception is the biggest example. But there were at least 4 or 5 other times where you had either a corner or a safety breaking on the ball and arriving just as it got there, almost picking it off a couple of times, because they can be on the balls with their feet and they can just attack the ball because they got their eyes on the quarterback. And with Parsons up front, man, it happens fast. The time to throw goes down by almost a second, according to all the metrics out there.
Well,
so
and the other thing
if
that
you're
I
a
thought
DB,
was
you're
really,
licking your chops.
the disguising this year is like even better. Like in week 1, the way they were able to make Jared Goff think they were blitzing and pulling back off of blitzes and just confusing the crap out of him and giving him no time. Like who is this team? And
well, especially
like that's
considering
that's what blew my mind.
Well, especially considering I had Dara on earlier this week talking about, how Hafley really flipped the script. Considering, to your point, Corey, he blitzed the shit out of the Lions last year. Both of those games were the highest blitz rate they had all season against the Lions. Get to Sunday's game, I think maybe 3, possibly 4, depending on how you're scoring it, blitzes total. They didn't send any pressure, and they got home more often than not with 4 rushers, which, of course, so we've talked a lot about over the course of the last offseason, right? You've heard that mentioned so many times. Well, that's what it looks like, people. That's what the addition of Parsons in particular looks like. And it's what we've been talking about as far as it just changes the calculus for the entire defense. Their entire approach can change. So I'm so excited. Give me more of that.
Yeah, I like it.
And it's also funny how all the naysayers, Corey, all the folks that you were talking about, seeing on TikTok talking about, well, just run at Micah Parsons. He's a terrible run defender. Oh, they lost Kenny Clark. They're not going to be able to just run up the middle. They're not going to be able to defend the run. The Lions had 2.2 yards per carry. 2.2 with 2 really dynamic, talented backs. 2.2 yards per carry, Corey.
Well, this is where I keep kicking my camera. This is where I kind of get a little annoyed about kind of bringing up all the pundits talking about the Packers. People don't know anything about the Packers. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And unless you're studying a team or you're with them all year and you're in training camp, you don't know shit. You don't know nothing. And it's so funny. I spent way too many thumb time responding on TikTok and everything, and I got like that one, like the Cam Newton thing about like, oh, Micah didn't do anything for the Packers against the Lions. Shut that. Like, here's a guy who's a quarterback who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. This is what my point. It's like, if you watch the Packers, Edgerrin Cooper, Evan Williams, these guys are flying to the ball. They were doing it last year too, and that's the thing. Like, I can name some others, but it's our linebacker play has just changed. And our cornerbacks
so
still
good.
Our cornerbacks aren't necessarily better at tackling or our safeties, but they're more willing to do it than I've ever seen. Like in the not ever seen, but in the last 10 years or so.
Several years,
and
yes.
Like half of it's effort. Like effort gets you somewhere, especially when you got more. You got 6 or 7 guys making effort. There are so many times you see guys swarming to the ball, and I think Micah adds this whole other element where, like, you're rewarded for your effort because the more effort you give, the more the feedback loop gets positive. And then you got this guy who's a hunter, and you're looking at this freaking hunter who's like gladiator, and you're like, wow, I want to be that. So, you know what I mean? It's just, it's not going to stop, I don't think, as long as these guys' motors stay the same. And it's just, there's guys on our team, and I think Edgerrin Cooper is kind of like the prototype guy, right? He just changes the face of our defense, regardless of Micah Parsons.
Yeah, I mean, look at his pursuit on Sunday. Look at the number of times he's catching guys, whether it's in the backfield or in the field of play, just eliminating angles, eliminating the ability. And to your point, Corey, the swarming mentality, it shows up on tape where you see like swaths of green jerseys just flying to the football, just together like some kind of flock, just arriving at the ball carrier. It's what Matt's talked about for a number of years, right? All 11 to the football. He's talked about it so many times. It really showed up on Sunday, and I suspect will continue to show up. And you mentioned the safeties. I mean, we got to give a shout out to Evan Williams. I know, like I said, the headline will be his interception, right? Yeah. But man, you go and watch the coach's tape. This kid had a fucking game. He was so good on Sunday. You talk about players making that kind of step from year 1 to year 2. It really looked like a kid who has taken ownership of the scheme, really knows his role within that scheme. And God, he's got such an amazing running mate in Xavier McKinney. It's wild to me, Corey, that we were in the desert at safety for as long as we were, right? But now we've got I'm saying it, we have one of the best pairs in the league. Like, not even a question. Not a question in my mind.
I was talking to Wes Hodkiewicz before I saw you on Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday night, yeah. Before you came over, Wes came over, and him and I are just chilling. And he actually I love Wes, by the way. Like, shout out to Wes. He's like one of the most. He's literally one of the most incredible human beings I've ever met. Knows more about the Packers than I'll ever learn. But he did say this to me, and I know people are going to think this is one of the. I'm one of these people where sometimes it takes someone saying obvious things to me to really kind of open
people
my
you
mind
trust
about
too.
Like,
yeah.
But he was talking about how what makes Goody so good is that if you look at his timelines, so if you look at, I took this player and they didn't work out and they're in their year 3, I need to get Xavier McKinney, and then now I have this guy in his 4th year or his 5th year where he would have been in draft and develop. And if you look across the board, Brian has been able to do that with almost every player. And that's kind of my takeaway for you is like, the fact we do have 2 of the best, and a lot of it's because, Brian missed on a draft pick at safety, but he was able in the timeline to get the timeline corrected. And he's done that so many times that I don't think he really gets enough credit for that.
100%. Yeah, he acknowledges his mistakes, even though people want to kill him for a missed draft pick here or whatever. The idea that, to your point, I mean, the whole reason Xavier McKinney is a Packer is because they missed on Darnell Savage and needed to correct that, right? The whole reason Josh Jacobs is there is because they missed on A.J. Dillon and they needed to correct that. And God forbid, say it out loud, Micah Parsons is a Packer because they probably feel like they kind of missed on LVN. I think LVN can still be a really good player, but he's not the game wrecker you would hope for at 13. By the way, Micah Parsons taken at 12. You know what I mean? Like that to your point,
that's the difference in
resetting the timeline. Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, and it's crazy because you can't really take that for granted. It sounds so obvious. It's like, well, if I miss in the draft in 3 years, I should get a guy.
Just sign this
and it's
free
like,
agent. Right.
I'll just do this. And like, no teams do this. No teams do this.
Precious
the Green
few
Bay
do.
Very few, and very few do it for decades.
That's the rub. That's the rub. No doubt about it. Want to give a quick shout out to everyone who subscribes to the Cheesehead TV Nation newsletter. You can do so. There's a link in the description of this video. Next one is going out tomorrow morning, each and every week. Andy and I have a special preview that you can check out, a video preview that is only available to our Cheesehead TV Nation subscribers on the Die-Hard level. Make sure you do it. Like I said, there's a link in the description of this video to do so. Corey, you ready, buddy? You ready for all this nonsense? Let's do it.
This week in the Packer blogosphere.
That's right. It's This Week in the Packer blogosphere, brought to you by Luigi's Frozen Pizza. A new sponsor, Corey Behnke.
Let's go, Luigi.
I mean, we talk a lot about Carry the G. Obviously, the beer, it's wonderful, it's excellent, it's cold, it's refreshing. And you know what goes great with Carry the G, Corey?
Pizza. Luigi's.
Get some Luigi's Pizza. You can find it in most frozen food sections across the great state of Wisconsin. Get yourself a Luigi's Pizza. Get yourself a Carry the G and have a night. Pizza and beer. Hell, do it tomorrow night when you're watching the game. Luigi's is good stuff. Good for you. Get after it.
Dude,
really appreciate them coming on board.
Yeah, they got some crazy flavors. I can't wait to get into this. This is going to be good.
Good times. Speaking of good times, I want to give a shout-out to everybody who came out to our initial, first ever
Tom Crabtree.
kickoff party. Senior Cheesehead, Tom Crabtree,
I didn't
the mayor
get to
was
see
here.
Senior Cheesehead.
Wes was there. Look at a bunch of folks I don't really know that familiar with, but it's great that they all came out.
Hey, they're holding Carry the G. I like it.
They are. And there's Marty.
Hey, there's Marty.
Patreon member. Really great to see everybody.
There's Marty.
Corey, that was a ton of fun.
I can't hear you, Marty. What were you saying? No, just kidding.
Oh, Marty.
You had to be there.
God bless him. No doubt. But that was a lot of fun. Appreciate everybody who came out. It was a really good time. You didn't get to – what's so funny, you say that you didn't get to talk to Senior Cheesehead. I didn't get to talk to Senior Cheesehead. I saw the sombrero, and I was setting up Motelman stuff.
Too.
And then like I went to go say hi to him, and he was gone. But
there
he
were
drank
a lot
the
of
beer.
people there.
Oh,
I think that's the biggest party we've ever had people at.
I think that's the biggest kind of like
meetup
maybe
the draft.
People
the
showing
draft
up.
we had 100. I don't know if there was
That's
over.
true.
It felt like there was over 100, but also D2
did.
is so huge that
It's
like
so big. Oh my gosh.
it's like
So
cavernous.
big.
But it was great. Thank you D2. We sold out of Carry the G 3 times, by the way. It
I
was
know.
so funny. Somebody would be like, "They've sold out of Carry the G," and then somebody would be like, "I found 6 cans. They were in the refrigerator, turned around on the label." And then somebody would be like, "They've sold out of Carry the G." And I'm like, "Yeah, I heard that." And then somebody would be like, "I checked the other bar, and they have it at that bar." And I'm like, "Oh, cool. Okay, great."
Okay, great. Go get yourself some. Really appreciate it. It was wonderful to see Tom Crabtree, Super Bowl champion, in the house. Thanks for coming out, Tom. And it was great to see that. What about the crew showing up at halftime, the Super Bowl champs, and the reception that Mike McCarthy got? That was awesome. To see Lambeau just go hog wild for McCarthy, that was phenomenal.
This is what I really want. We need to get enough money to pay Mike McCarthy to sit with me right here during a watch party.
I'm all in on this idea.
I need this. I need this in my life. How great!
This needs to happen.
Just sit and drink some beers.
He lives
with
in the
Mike
area.
McCarthy.
Just tell him to come on over.
Like, how much do we have to pay for this? Because I feel like I would go into my retirement fund for this. I feel like if I could make this happen, like,
well, I know
how
who his agent
crazy
is,
would
so
that
I'll
be,
reach out. I think I know his agent.
Like, I don't have that much money in my retirement, but I feel like it would just be fun to just be like, "Coach, what do you think about and fireworks? Like when fireworks are happening and like him being like, it just feels right to me. It feels so right to me."
After every third down, Mike says, "Oh, I would run slant flat. I would run slant flat there." Like that would be the whole broadcast.
And then when one of us would get mad, he would have to be like, "Yeah, I don't need no drama. I don't need
drama tonight, Corey.
I don't need that drama today, Corey."
Oh, Corey. Speaking of drama.
Yeah.
Funny you should mention drama. You know what drama entails? Sometimes it can like some conflict. Sometimes it's emotion. Sometimes it's, the drama of a legacy. A legacy lasting throughout time and space. That's what apparently someone's done with a beer called Legacy Beer. Now let's take a closer look at the can of this Leinenkugel's Legacy Ale.
Interesting.
That does look familiar, Corey.
Interesting. What does that remind me of?
I don't know. I'm trying to put my finger on it. A flag, the name of the beer on the flag, a dude running a football in front of the state of Wisconsin. I just can't figure it out, Corey. I don't know.
I think it's really funny. I think it's really funny when multi-billion-dollar media or beer conglomerates that aren't even like in the United States. You want to talk about foreign nationals, like literally that don't understand anything. Hundreds of people, like literally, this is Carry the G was a love. Like just this
labor of love.
Labor of love. Well, I was going to say love affair that we have had with this beer, with our brewer, with our friend Brent Schoonover, who made an incredible logo design. Okay, which the logo design on Carry the G, fucking destroys. You know how much money Molson Coors assholes probably paid for the logo design? It's probably like millions of dollars. They probably paid more for that cheesy copycat logo design than I don't even know. Anyway, I just think, you know, here we are in America and more soulless corporations taking over our lives and, you know, whatever.
That's the point, Corey. I'm glad you framed it that way because this is my only.
I'm not mad about it.
I'm not mad about it. I just think, what do they say?
I know.
You know, imitation is the highest form of flattery, right? And obviously that's an imitation of Carry the G. You can't tell me otherwise. And look, we are flattered. Obviously, we've made some waves here, apparently to the point where Molson Coors or Leinenkugels was like, well, you need one of those. So hats off to you. I'm only going to say this to the viewers and listeners out there. When you are in your grocery aisle or wherever you might be purchasing your beer and you see Legacy beer side by side with Carry the G, the thing to remember is, as Corey says, Legacy is a product of corporate coldness. And Carry the G is legit, honest to God, organically created from Packers fans, lifelong diehard Packers fans. So
and also,
the choice is yours.
It's a really stark choice, you guys. Gathering Place Brewery, they did get a second location, so you know they got crazy growth at. But like we're talking about an independent brewer who, because of the success of Carry the G, went from doing their own distribution, which is like
on trucks, driving the trucks
in their own trucks, driving trucks, right, from Milwaukee, which also, like, as a Wisconsinite, I love Milwaukee. I talk a lot of shit about Madison and Milwaukee because I love Green Bay. No, but right. Like Milwaukee is funny. I was hanging out with some people from Milwaukee last night, and we were talking about how much Milwaukee and Green Bay have more in common, and just, you know, Milwaukee's a much bigger city and beautiful, right. But Milwaukee is the home of beer for a lot of people in this country. And so like we chose an independent brewer. We have a great relationship with him. He's an independent entrepreneur like myself, like Nagler. And just, it is funny. It's like how many hundreds of people had to do what they did. Right. Not only copy us, but like watch the trajectory. How many fucking conference rooms with like a bunch of people going, oh, well, should we have this on the flag or this on the, you know what I mean? It's like,
should we steal everything or just some of it?
Yeah. And so it's just so, it's like, you know, our friend Thaddeus, he's on Twitter.
Thad.
He responded, we've known him for over a decade, and I didn't even reach out to him, but he responded to one of the posts, and he's an intellectual property lawyer. And like, it's just so crazy how they did everything they could to be right at the letter. Now, truth be told, we've done that to the Packers for decades. So, you know, but we're the underdog, you know? It's like, so anyway.
We have no resources. We're doing what we can over here.
Yeah, we're just gorillas. We're just trying to make some shit happen. But what I would say is I really appreciate fans, like, talk a lot of shit about Leinenkugels, talk a lot of shit about, you know, look, these companies.
This beer in particular. Look, Leinenkugels makes some great beer. I love me a shandy in the summer, right? I love their red. Like, they make some good beer. But this is so blatant. It's just upsetting.
But also, this is what I said to Aaron before. This is what I said to Aaron before the show. If Leinenkugels was Leinenkugels, if Jacob Leinenkugel, well, one, they wouldn't have gotten rid of their brewery in the middle of where I think it was in Eau Claire. I think it was. I can't remember where it was.
West part of the state,
Chippewa Falls. They got rid of the most famous brewery, or they're getting rid of their most famous brewery. Like, if Leinenkugels was actually still Leinenkugels and not owned by a conglomerate, there's no way they would have done that. Spotted Cow is not coming out with a Carry the G competitor.
Right. 100% correct. 1 billion% correct. Speaking of competitors and flattery and imitation, I'm going to show this. I'll probably have to cut it out after the show is done because YouTube will be like, oh, this footage, blah, 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 which fine. But I just want to give Tyler a shout out for this Micah Parsons edit
this on TikTok.
Because holy shit, it's all over TikTok with no one giving him attribution, no one tagging Cheesehead TV. It's got literally
and
in one day,
it right after it happened.
After
by
the game,
way. It was,
dude. In one day, it had over 1 million views on Instagram. That's how baller this is. Let's take a look.
A new hunter has joined the pack, feasting his.
Dude, the first time I saw that on Sunday night, I was crying laughing at the His new family rejoices. And the whole
Somebody else
steal,
on the internet.
right? He created that out of thin air, and it was awesome. So good. Absolutely love it. All right, we got some super chats there, Corey. We got some people to talk to.
We do. Rick Harris, Corey, do you garden in Packer gloves? No, I don't garden in Packer gloves. I actually garden in gardening gloves. But you know what? I do want to say this. I actually use my bare hands, and I'm going to tell you why. And this is something that I think everybody should garden because of this. And it's one good reason. But there is a scientific study that came out where they discovered that if you touch soil, so you know how Nagler says touch grass? There's something to that. If you touch soil, it immediately microbes go into your brain and release serotonin. So, hey, don't wear gloves when you're gardening. But speaking of gardening, I got a little Green Bay Gardener trading card. And for those of you that want to follow me as a gardener on YouTube, all you have to do is scan this QR code right here. Oh, yeah. So thank you, Rick.
That's some good stuff right there.
Thank you for the super chat. Uncultured Barbarian, is Micah Parsons our Vontae Mack or our Roy Kent? Neg should get it. Oh, thanks, Uncultured. I'm not going to get it, I guess.
No, you get it. I know you get it.
I do.
Roy Kent. Definitely Roy Kent. Come on now.
Brandy, Lynn Dickey set the standard, beating Washington over 40 years ago. The difference this year is this will not be a shootout. This will be a rout.
There you go, Brandy, bringing the heat. I mean, that was a Monday night. This is a Thursday night, but let's make it happen. Let's go.
Yeah. Ed, of course we should always destroy the Lions, but I don't feel any of the Schadenfreude that I feel hugely when the Bears-Vikes lose. Yeah, I hear that, but there was so much trash talk. There was so much coping happening, and so much of people saying stupid stuff.
I love that we get them again on Thanksgiving this year. Now I'm excited about that game because they're going to talk so much junk throughout the rest of this season, and then we get to settle this shit in Detroit on Thanksgiving.
Well, we'll see. Here's the thing about the first week and the second week, honestly. I feel like, and we've said this before on this here podcast, I feel like the first and second week, a lot of times what happens in the NFL for a lot of teams, and I hope this doesn't happen for the Packers, so I'm kind of scared to say this, but who you are in week 1 and week 2, then there's this transitional shift into this week 3 and it happens to a lot of teams. And I wonder if the Lions might, will the Lions be the frauds we've exposed them for, or will they step up to the challenge, figure it out from last year, and be in a different place? So it really does matter where they are.
I suspect it's
the Lions,
it's the latter. I really do.
I think it's going to be the latter because of their coach, but historically, like if you're looking at history, the former is probably more likely.
Truly.
And if that's the case, Lions fans are going to check out, and that's kind of my point.
That will be hilarious. Yes,
that will be hilarious.
The copage will be amazing. Nope.
H. Carrington, thanks for Super Chat. Quay Walker against the Lions Sunday is such a far cry from the Quay that got ejected against the Lions 3 years ago. 1,000,000%.
Good pull, man. You are 100% spot on. Just the way his game has evolved, his ability in this scheme in particular. The fact that he's wearing the green dot and making all the calls and doing a phenomenal job with it, you love to see it. Love it.
St. Matthews finally joined the group. Go Pack Go. Bears still suck. Nothing else matters. Love it. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the support.
Thanks for the Super Chat. 5 Q-tip proof of purchases, and you get a Packer whiteout jersey.
Outstanding.
No, I believe you have to buy 3 6-packs of Legacy Ale.
Oh.
And you have to send them to the Packers. And no, what you have to do is you got to buy a 6-pack of Legacy Ale, and then you have to send them to the Packers, and then you have to say how much you hate Carry the G. And then they send you a whiteout jersey.
And then you get a whiteout jersey. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No doubt.
James, thanks for Super Chat. Freaking love seeing the defenders swarm the ball. Me too.
Yes.
Me too.
It was one of the best parts of that game. No doubt.
Ryan Willie, 1923 throwback uniforms are much better than the Casper the Friendly Ghost uniforms. Thanks, Ryan.
I agree, but again, marketing geniuses over there at 1265 Lombardi, 1923. We're matching up against the Carolina Panthers because we all know the Panthers were
Well,
a real rivalry back in the early 20s.
I don't know about you, but Mark Murphy did tell me how much of a marketing genius the marketing people, especially the head of marketing.
Well, look at all the numbers, Corey. I mean, that's it. They just look at the website numbers. They got so many hits, Corey. So many hits on the website, Corey.
They got a lot
genius.
of hits. They have a lot
of hits, Corey.
Millions of hits.
Web hits.
Millions.
Those are called hits on the internet. They got those on their website.
This is not a hit. Dylan Bird, thanks for the super chat. Me and the wife enjoyed hanging with y'all Saturday night and seeing you all Sunday morning. My daughter loved the shout on daily, waving at you the whole time. Thank you all for the warm welcome, Dylan. Okay, this kid, well, number one,
Just
incredible
awesome.
dude. His wife is incredible. Like, okay, you're lucky you have your wife, bro, because she's kind of.
Bruh.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. You are
No.
not wrong. Like, dude.
But
dude.
this guy, I love this kid. I love this kid, Dylan. We got a picture of him, but we don't have it right now. But we have a picture. We took a picture with him.
It's on our Instagram. It's on our Instagram.
He kind of reminds me. He's like a young version of me. I kind of feel like
dude,
a little bit.
When he showed up at your house with the overalls and the face paint and all the stuff, I was like,
he had the
it's
Cheesehead
young Corey
TV
Behnke.
logo.
Cheesehead TV
painted
logo on his arm,
shoulder.
I'm like, this is young Corey Behnke right here.
It was nice. That was nice. That was good.
It was
I
lovely
like
to see you guys. Thanks for coming to the party, and thank you so much for a chance to say hello to your daughter. And please tell her we both say hello, but thank her again so much for watching Packers Daily. I can't believe. For those of you who aren't aware, Dylan sent me a video, I believe it was last year, of he and his daughter settling into bed, and she was saying, "I want to watch Agler." And Sarah, my girlfriend, thought that was.
She said, "I want to watch
Agler
and then go to sleep." Right?
Well, to go to sleep because I set her. I cast a.
That's why I think that's
sonorous
funnier that she's like.
tone.
It's not just I want to hear Agler. It's because I'm tired. I want to hear that tired ass voice that puts me to sleep at night.
I don't think that was it, Corey. But however you need to interpret it, that's quite all right.
Got it. Wendy Vance, thanks for the super chat. With the Commanders' offense led by Daniels and Samuel facing a Packers defense with the addition of Parsons, which team's unit will have more of an impact on the outcome of this game? Wow.
Packers defense, because they have the speed to eliminate a lot of what the Commanders are going to try and do as far as getting guys into space. That doesn't mean that the Commanders aren't going to run the ball well, that they aren't going to score points, that they're not going to move the football. But I think ultimately between the two, I think I give the nod to the Packers simply because of their team speed. Now, look, maybe they button it up, pound the football, and try and wear the Packers out that way. That hasn't been a Cliff Kingsbury kind of MO, but maybe. And if they do that, then perhaps they shorten the game, take the air out of the ball, so to speak, try to stay ahead of the sticks with the running game. Then I would go, that would be my way of trying to beat the Packers, right? But I don't think that's how they're going to play it. And I do think the Packers defense, the speed, especially the moments that Parsons is on the field, he had real success against the Commanders last year. I know they got some new pieces up front, but some of those new pieces really struggled against the Giants. I think, I would give the nod to the Packers defense.
Ryan Hoffland, idea for Thursday Night Football at Lambeau on 9/11. Lights go out, song plays, spotlight hits tunnel, Jordan and Micah sprint out with flags, crowd erupts, GB crushes Commanders, perfection. I like it. Although, I'm all in except.
Okay.
Does this matter to people? So the last time they tried to do that, somebody had an Achilles injury.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't a Packer, but it was a former Packer. I know.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like
You're just thinking the juju, the vibes are bad. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Or maybe
anyway,
it's like Chris Izzy running out literally the week after 9/11.
I like the mindset.
Packers
that was
dominate.
great. I like it. I like the way you're thinking, Nagler. I like it.
There you go.
It's not always the case, but today you're spot on, buddy. Kevin, walking into the pro shop. Did you just really give me a thanks, coach, for that? I don't feel like that deserved a thanks.
That was
coach.
a positive thanks, coach. There are different ways. It's like when you use certain words,
there
they
are
can have multiple
positive
meanings.
Thanks, coach.
Yeah,
I don't
thanks,
think there
coach.
are.
There was just now.
No, I was today years old when I learned that. You've never given me a positive
you need to keep
thanks,
up.
Coach.
You need to keep up. That's what
you have
need to
never in your life given me. There is no such thing as a positive thanks, coach.
There just was. It literally just happened right in front of you. You missed it.
Look at this guy walking, trying to get into the shot. There's a guy behind me. I hope it's
I
not
don't think he's
Siggy
trying. I think he was just successful.
Kevin walking into the pro shop and see the broadcast from the parking lot. Go Pack Go. Yeah, we're really live. We're really here. We're not faking.
Truly live. What's up?
It's really
Ain't no
a
green
thing.
screen. Oh, Corey, I was told that was a green screen behind you. There was a gentleman on
screen?
Sunday. Remember Sunday during the watch party? There was that guy who said that's definitely a green screen of Lambeau Field.
I don't know how I prove it's not. Besides, it's not.
We need that gentleman to come out of the pro shop.
Hey, Kevin. Kevin, going on
What's
pro
up,
shop.
Kev? Thanks,
What's
buddy.
up, buddy? Joe Mailman. It's kind of crazy. Goody drafted the Packers starting offensive tackles on day 3 of the same draft.
Kind of nuts, right?
It's kind of crazy.
Zach Tom Bombadil.
Pack owner MT, Lining Kugels is not carrying the G right now. No, they're not.
I think you are correct, sir.
I used to like Lining Kugels. I just drank a summer shandy like 2 weeks ago, and now I feel like I need to throw up.
And now I'll never drink Kugels ever again. Pretty
I
simple.
don't think I will. I never liked them that much. I never liked them that much.
I do. Like I said,
Like
I like their
summer shandy
Oktoberfest.
is one
I like
of
their
those drinks
shandy.
where
It was all good stuff.
Yeah, if they don't have anything else, then summer shandy over I don't know. Anyway, Porkmaster, thanks for super chat. Does Legacy Beer have the motto "Satiate your competitive hole" from AR-12? I think that's still available.
Satiate your competitive hole. Outstanding pull, Porkmaster.
Okay.
Less from you. Well done.
Ryan Willie, I enjoyed hearing Lions fans talking about leaving in the third quarter on Sunday. Last year, they were obnoxious. They were definitely leaving. There was a lot.
They were.
We watched them.
We saw
Super
it on
Chat.
Watch Party. There were streams of blue jerseys leaving the stadium. It was sweet.
Hi.
Hello.
Ian, what's up, Ian? As always,
Ian.
It was awesome seeing you all on Saturday. Thank you, Cheesehead TV, for being my lifeline. I love Green Bay. Hey, Negs, as always, Halfley is the GOAT.
The GOAT! What's great, Ian, is that this whole season you can just go back in your Twitter feed for all those people who gave you shit about loving Halfley and just stick this in their face. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Just awesome. Great to see you.
I love how when you see – I love how if you see any player where Ian gets the players, but it always feels like it's a hostage situation.
Well, definitely when they're through the bars, like the word, like I get it if they're out in their car and they're like on the stretch there after they leave the parking lot, but like, yeah, those shots where the dudes are literally behind bars, like that's
Well, what's funny is,
like
and I say this lovingly, and I really do. Ian is I've known him over a decade. Ian is a relentless person when it comes to when he sets his sights on something. Like, dude, if Ian played like football and was like, dude, he would be like one of the most relentless.
He'd be like Micah Parsons,
like a Clay Matthews or a Micah Parsons.
Yes,
yeah, that is the thing too. Like Micah Parsons reminds me of Clay in that way, where he's just everywhere.
Yes.
When Clay's first 3 years,
no stopping. There's just
no stopping a motor.
Pursuit at all times. Yes,
which
totally
that's why I think the thing about him that is so fascinating so far is I don't want to sour on the guy because Jerry Jones is making me seem like I will sour on this guy, but so far, like he's done more things than most players. He's done more than like Zadarius Smith did. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just the way he's come on and the way that he talks and the way that just everything about him so far is just like, I don't know. He's just a man of action. I love it. I want
to answer Brandy real quick in the chat. She says, dumb question, but any Pappies left? Oh, that Pappies is long gone. Long gone.
Hey, I had some Pappies, but Aaron can't.
Shout out Charlene.
As soon as you
shout out Charlene. Pappies. I lived here now for a year coming up on the 15th. That Pappies was empty when I moved. Let's just put it that way.
No, you know what's really funny is Nagler asking me for an old-fashioned before a watch party, and I was literally asked him 3 times. I think I asked you 3 times. I was like, are you sure? Are you sure? But then you didn't drink anymore after that, so I was really proud of you. I was really proud of you. I just was scared because I was like,
one beer.
I was like, wait, because as soon as you go, a lot of people, not just you, but a lot of people, once you go down the old-fashioned road,
oh yeah,
it's you ain't coming back.
Nope. The chain, the chains are off. You're gunning for bear. But no, I just, I wanted it. It was mostly just like, I love your old fashions. Like, people don't understand. Like, Corey, I'm just gonna toot your horn here for a second, so just deal with it. Like, there are literally people on this earth who have never had an old fashioned, and there are people on this earth who have had every type of old fashioned. Both of whom I have watched come into Corey's bar and have his old fashioned, and everything changes in regards to their relationship to the words old fashioned. That's how good it is. Like, it's insane. I can't express how fucking good it is. And I will never, ever appreciate any other old fashioned on this earth now as much as I do Corey's, because it's so fucking good. That's it. That's the truth.
They used to say to us at school, I appreciate that, by the way, but they used to say to us at school, consistency is the hobgoblin of little minds. But I never understood that.
Dude, I haven't thought honestly, of that in ages. Holy
And I can't
shit.
remember what the quote is pulled from. It's a quote from someone, but like, but what's funny to me is consistency is why that is.
Yeah.
It's just being consistent.
You just blew my mind with that. I haven't thought of that in decades. Amazing.
Mimsy, I want you to put the word out that we back up. Go back.
Yes, sir. You damn right.
Braden Loya. Dan Quinn would tell us to sit Micah Parsons this week. Dan Quinn is going to shit a brick when Micah Parsons sits on Jaden Daniels' head tomorrow night.
I hope we get that all on video, because that sounds amazing.
Guys, Ricardo, are we overlooking how good our special teams have gotten? We have the best kicker and punter in the league. Let Goody cook.
We're not overlooking it. Corey just doesn't want to talk about it. That's all.
Ricardo, are you trying to rage bait me? Because I'm in a good mood. This is the
Here's
thing.
the other
this
part.
Is the
wait,
problem.
Whoa. Here's the other part, though. How good was their coverage unit on Sunday? Both punts and kicks. Like, here's the thing. Daniel Whelan knocking the snot out of the ball is one thing. But you can legit outkick your coverage. You see it all the time in the NFL. It never happened on Sunday. All these monster flip-the-field punts, and the Packers, every single time, all over it. Absolutely nowhere for the returners to go. Shout out Bisaccia. Keep it up.
Rick, we don't use brandy around here. Also, Rick, if you want to know what I use, I do have a brandy old fashioned on our YouTube page. But if you want to know kind of my take on old fashions, you can check out the YouTube playlist on Cheesehead TV for the Cheesehead TV cocktail playlist, which we hope maybe we can put in this chat.
It's on the bottom of the homepage too on YouTube. If you go all the way to the bottom, it's the last playlist. Right.
And I have about 4 or 5 in there. Now, that's not necessarily exactly how I make them, but honestly, I do make – I'm not trying to trick anybody. I'm very honest about how I make it and all the things that I use. But pretty much I think the Curly's Old Fashioned is the one that's the closest, or maybe the Lombardi one. I'm somewhere in between those two, but if you check those out thank you, Jim Litica. Foolish consistency is the hobgoblin of small minds, loved by little statesmen, philosophers, and divines, which I like. I always forget about the foolish part of the front of consistency, because I just always remembered that phrase from school, consistency is the hobgoblin of minds. I don't remember the whole thing, but it's a really good quote. But I do have on there Rick Harris. I do have a brandy. I do use a brandy in one of the 5. So brandy was used in old fashions, really starting even in Wisconsin in the 40s, 50s, but in Wisconsin, old fashions, just like they were in all of time, 1880 to 1930 was typically bourbon or rye. So even in Wisconsin, by the way, and there was this whole thing where there was a shift. So I always like to say that it's a generational thing, right? Because our parents and our grandfathers, so even like my grandfather or some of my great uncles, when they were in their 30s, they had brandy, but when they were in their 20s, they had bourbon and rye. So again, it's a generational thing. Everybody thinks it's just a Wisconsin brandy old fashioned is the thing, and I'm here to tell you that is not true. And we're making a comeback. We're bringing it back. I think Nagler thought I was running up.
I don't. No.
Nagler,
I want to tell you.
Did you think 10 years ago that I was running uphill when I tried to get everybody to do it this way?
A little bit. But dude, I'm not even joking. I go to Wisconsin bars now, and they always ask, "Do you want a Wisconsin or a classic old fashioned?" Like, dude, that was not happening 10 years ago.
No.
And like you were so far ahead of all of that.
Yeah, the culture has kind of gotten ahead of that. Yeah, 100%. That's Braden Loya, who painted the Cheesehead TV helmet behind you? Is this person open to other projects? I'm glad you asked. So
yes.
we sponsor, and we haven't talked about it. We should probably talk about it next week on Blogosphere. We sponsor the Packers fence. So actually, this fence right here, over there. If you come to Lambeau Field, you'll see Packers fence. They're on social. We have been the sponsor of the Packers fence. We pay for all of Spencer Young, so Forever Young Design, Spencer Young. He's on Twitter. I retweet his stuff all the time. He's an amazing artist. He's been doing the fence. He's been a part of the fence now, I feel like over 10 years. I think this might be year 11. Maybe 12, but some incredible fences.
One of his hats too, isn't that?
Yep, and he did this hat. So this Emlyn Tunnel. So what's awesome is every year I get kind of 2 of these hats from him, sometimes 3. He does the cleats. He did cleats for Micah Parsons. He did cleats for Rashawn Gary. I mean, this kid. And I call him a kid. He's a towering dude.
He's a grown-ass man, right?
He's a grown-ass man, but he's younger than me.
Old,
but
so there's that.
He is an incredible human being. He's painting the fence over there.
Artist.
I love talking to Spencer. Great artist. Love that we even get a little piece of supporting him. But he did that helmet for us about 6 years ago. We had it on Packer Transplants when we were in studio. So we made it for that. And then he makes all my hats. He's making me a couple new hats. So now I buy hats, and then I give them to him. And then, like, let's say I just gave him an NFC Championship hat from, like, 1996 that he's going to do something with. It's going to be sick. So anyway, thank you for asking, Braden. Spencer Young, Forever Young Designs. Check him out on Twitter and social. Incredible artist.
And I think he has a portal on his website where you can pitch, like, whatever project you're looking at or want done. He has a spot on his website where you can like tell him what you want and they'll give you a quote.
Yeah, he will. And he, like I said, my neighbor, he's commissioned a fence that pretty much I get to look at. It's really incredible. It's got Vince Lombardi.
Cool.
It's got looking at it right now, what's it got? It's got Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, and Bart Starr, and that says family with the logo. I mean, it's incredible. Like he's just such a good dude, and he lives near Green Bay. He lives in Shiocton, which is close to Green Bay. And yeah, just a local artist that has been with us for a very long time, like Brent Schoonover, our logo artist as well.
Yep.
Love supporting a local artist. Vin V, thanks for Super Chat. Gonna need a Goody Was Right t-shirt soon. He ripped off the Band-Aid and did the unthinkable, and now we get to enjoy the result. Go, Pack, go. Here's the thing.
Vin,
if we release the Goody Was Right, immediately everybody has to buy it within 6 hours. Because immediately we will get a call. So it's going to be one of those things where we're going to have to do like a TikTok live. Right. And we're going to be like, okay, we're going to do a live right now. Bye. Okay, we get the call. Okay, shut it down. That's what we're going to have to do.
Corey's referencing the fact that last week we had a call to action for everyone. Hey, all this new merch in the store. Check it out. And it had shirts of Russ Ball. It said Russ Baller. It had Chef Hafley with a picture of Jeff Hafley with a chef's hat on. Yeah, that was all shut down by the Packers. They called and said, no likenesses of any of our dudes. So if you got one, congratulations, they are a collector's item. And so we could do Goody Was Right. We just can't show Goody. Although, Corey, it's interesting. I was looking, as you said earlier, we do have a licensing agreement with the team. And in said license, it does say, if we get permission from said person first, we can do it. So maybe we ask Brian. Now, let's not get out ahead of our skis. I don't mind this idea, but can we win a championship first? He's not right until they win a championship. You're not, celebrating the fact of almost getting to a championship, getting Micah Parsons. This is all great, but you got to win a championship.
I mean, but he was right about Jordan Love.
100%. Look, dude, I agree. But, man, you got to win a championship. Got to do it. Or the pushback is, we should have done all this, first-round wide receiver trading for a defensive star, blah, 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 blah. Should have done all that when Aaron Rodgers was in town. Should have gone all in for Aaron Rodgers.
But if you go back to the timeline, that's not how a timeline works.
I know this, and I understand that is going to, most thinking Packers fans get it. But everyone who, just blindly follows football Twitter will be, he wasn't right. He could have won a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. It's like, if he needs to win.
Remember when Pat McAfee asked if Goody was smart?
Oh my gosh.
When's he going to get
Shit
fined
is
for
hilarious.
that? I can't wait.
He's not going to get fined. Please.
You know what I wish sometimes? I wish karma was real. I wish it was real. Because if karma was real, then Molson Coors, or whatever the hell they're called, and
right,
people who talk shit about Brian Gutekunst and people who talk
They'd
shit
get
about the
theirs.
Packers, they'd have some shit coming to them. Stop kicking the camera, Corey.
You keep kicking your camera. You got to figure out your tripod situation over there. Let's give a shout out to our Patreon members. Really appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are the lifeblood of everything we do here at Cheesehead TV. Happy hours are always a ball. If you haven't yet, please consider headed patreon.com/cheeseheadtv. All it is $5 a month. You can join us every week for happy hour. You get 10% off on our merch store. We really appreciate each and every one of you. And we have a Cheesehead TV Patreon meetup coming up later this year in November. So you get information on that. It's tons of fun.
Snaps.
Thank you so much for the support. And thank you to all the Care of the G Club members here on YouTube. You guys make Watch Party a ton of fun. Happy hours as well. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Corey, you got anything else before we head into the evening?
2-0 on Friday, baby.
Come on,
See you
baby. That's what
tomorrow
I'm
night.
talking about. That'll do it for this episode of Packer Transplants. We'd like to thank everyone who makes Cheesehead TV part of their daily Packers routine. We are and will always be devoted to Packers fans worldwide.
I think it's a fluid situation, and I know you guys love it, especially Nagler. I can see you smirking at me right there. We're going to take it one day at a time, and just it's going to be fluid, though. That's all I can tell you.